Namaste, angels. This is the weekly general reading for the period of today, Sunday, the 10th of February. Reminds me, I got to call my stepdaughter. It's her birthday. We still have a very close relationship, even though I have divorced her father, and she's a grown woman with a child of her own now. I am a G-ma. That's the name I asked for. G-ma, since I'm still a G. In any case, yeah. So happy birthday to my stepdaughter and anybody else that is celebrating out there. Any other Aquarians. Maybe that's why we get along so well, because I'm an Aquarius. A few things. Aquarius moon, Mars in Aquarius, Aquarius South Node. I mean, it goes on and on. Anywho, this reading goes from the 10th through Saturday, the 16th. There are two things that I'm going to talk about that fall within the week, other than my stepdaughter's birthday, and that is on the 11th, the feast day of Our Lady of Lords. So tomorrow, Monday. And on the... Is it the 16th? Oh, no, it's the 14th, the same day as Valentine's Day. I thought Valentine's Day was going to fall in the middle. Nope. The 14th at 5:51 a.m. or 11, Mars enters Taurus. So as soon as I remembered that the Feast Day of Our Lady of Lords fell this weekend, I said, oh, that's all about healing. And I recalled my Aquarius new moon reading, and there was a lot of healing there. And I began talking about sobriety and stuff, you know, and releasing things for the purposes of healing before I even did any cards. So all that came to mind, and I said, okay, this reading is going to be about healing. And then when I looked up the celestial calendar and learned that Mars enters Taurus this week as well, I said, oh, okay, once the earth element joined, I'm like, yeah, that's about healing too. Especially Taurus. Taurus is where Uranus will be stationed for 8 years, having begun last year, 2018, and is in great part about physical healing, like getting into shape, losing weight, sobriety, financial healing too, financial literacy, and learning to understand the new mechanisms of payment and things like Bitcoin and all that kind of stuff. So healing in all those areas, maybe that in ways that you wouldn't typically think about healing. But I started to think about healing because I'm weird like that. And, you know, it brought me to the fact that the earth element, as it relates to healing, tends to be more about the physical, the tangible. So it has to do a lot, again, with you know, like the physical body, human body, for example, and things like weight and muscles and bones and skin and organs. And so we definitely want to heal, work on healing any of those areas, things like tumors. So it could be connected to, you know, cancer. And then when I started thinking about tumors, I started thinking about this other sort of rant that I've been on all week. I've been obsessed about Monsanto, which I've always been anti Monsanto. First of all, like I probably never talked to you guys about this, but I was like largely a vegetarian for since I was like 17. I've been beginning with giving up pork at that time, and I never really liked pork to begin with. I never really was a fan of meat at all, having nothing to do with, you know, being the, you know, moral police or and all that kind of stuff. I just, maybe it's a subconscious thing. It just never really did anything for me, other than, you know, the special occasion. So like on occasion, I like to have a steak, but that's not something I could do every day or even every month, you know. But I did like bacon, and I was able to do that every day up until just all of a sudden I decided I didn't want to eat this anymore. And my friends were like, how are you going to give up bacon? You put bacon on every damn thing. But I did. I went cold turkey, and I didn't want turkey bacon. Well, I don't even think there was turkey bacon at that time, to be honest. But like there was other sorts of like this thing called sizzling. It was a fake bacon. And I was like, well, I don't want fake bacon or fake meat at all. And again, this was my teenage mind realizing subconsciously that I didn't want synthetic meat. I still don't want synthetic meat. I don't want anything lab made and stuff. And that's what Monsanto food and pesticides and all this are. And there's been people and animals turning up with all these tumors on the outside, you know, on their skin all over the place, and lesions and stuff from just being exposed to like the Monsanto, you know, pesticide spray from using it and things like that. And so I had been on their website this week, and I've gone on their website before, but I went on their website randomly this week, and there was a question from, I guess, somebody else that visited their website along the lines of what I had been looking into, what I had been thinking about myself. Why are your products banned in so much of the world? They're not banned in the United States here, which is why our food and many of our products are banned in other countries. They don't want our Monsanto stuff. And the woman, you know, she worked for Monsanto, and it was their page. It wasn't like I was on an anti-Monsanto page. I was on their website. And she goes on to explain that there's some, you know, a million different factors as to why, you know, these countries rather have banned them. But to say that Kenya is considering lifting the ban, and I wanted to fucking cry. I mean, you know, I'm kind of incapable. I very rarely cry. I'm a true Queen of Swords. Like, I really lack affect. Something has to be, I have to be really, I can't even tell you what I need it to be to move me to the point of actual tears. But I was just so like, please, Kenya, no. And I don't want any of Africa to do it. So I say all this to say, it's just like synthetic food and stuff is taking over the world. And what do you think happens, to take me back full circle to this earth element thing? What do you think happens when we plant fake vegetables? That's what GMO vegetables are. Fake vegetables into the soil, which is live. The earth with a lowercase e, and the earth with a capital E. It is alive. That's how we came to be alive, because it was alive. It is alive. But we're planting fake vegetables with anti-nutrients, you know, in them and on them. Because again, these pesticides and stuff that we spray on into the soil, it's changing the whole ecology. And then those plants, fake plants, grow, and animals, in many cases fake animals, eat that stuff. They, you know, produce the excrement that goes back into the soil that contains all this fake stuff. And this is how we're destroying our planet. So even if you are super vegan, for example, you wear a cape, a green cape and everything. Hi, I'm super vegan. And you don't eat anything but vegetables. If you don't eat anything but, or grain, if you don't eat anything but vegetables and grain that is GMO, you're not helping the animals, including yourself, because you're an animal too. And animals have been cloned since the 90s. In the 90s, a sheep was successfully cloned. Her name was Dolly. She lived for 6 years. Also in the 60s, the CIA reportedly, so we don't know what they were doing unreportedly, but reportedly started a project called MK Ultra, which was basically cloning people. Now, if they, over a decade ago, successfully cloned a sheep, you don't think they continued to clone sheep? You don't think lab-made burgers and other food, you know, other supposed plant products to mimic meat that's supposed to even have the same cell structure as meat, you don't think that that means that things are being cloned? So they're being, so that's what it is. I don't want to go too any deeper into this whole thing that I have, but all of this went through my head in relation to what we're going to be dealing with this week in terms of trying to be healthy and maybe changing our very thought process in this regard, and our belief systems, perhaps even. So, yeah. And on that note, I shuffled the cards and, they followed suit, no pun intended. I'm beginning with the Ace of Earth and the Nine of Earth. An Earth Angel. So, on that note, I'll get off my soapbox that I didn't even mean to get on and tell you a little bit about what Our Lady of Lords is. I'm going to www.franciscanmedia.org. On December 8th, which is 20, 12 plus 8 is 20, or 2, so the energy of partnerships and faith, or of course 11. In the year 1854, or 99, which is when Mary tends to do a lot of her stuff. I was born in a 99 year as well, a year of the pig, also coincidentally. And Our Lady of Fatima in 1917, also a 99. There's another one with her that's a 99 year. I can't think right now. But yeah, I wanted to point that out. So we're starting with 1199 or 1199. Pope Pius, also the 9th, proclaimed the dogma of the Immaculate Conception in the Apostolic Constitution, and it's a Latin name that I won't try to pronounce. A little more than 3 years later, on February 11th, so it's like 11/11 because February is also a 2, 1/11. In the year 1858, which is 13/4, also 11/11, a young lady appeared to Bernadette Sobrius. This began a series of visions. During the apparition, on March 25th, the lady identified herself with the words, quote, "I am the Immaculate Conception," end quote. Bernadette was a sickly child of poor parents. Their practice of the Catholic faith was scarcely more than lukewarm. Bernadette could pray the Our Father, the Hail Mary, the Creed. She also knew the prayer of the miraculous medal. O Mary, conceived without sin. During interrogations, Bernadette gave an account of what she saw. It was, they have this in quotes, something white in the shape of a girl, end quote. She used the word aquero, a dialect term meaning this thing. It was a pretty young girl with a rosary over her arm. Her white robe was encircled by a blue girdle. We hear about Mary wearing a girdle in a few instances. And in fact, when she died, she didn't have a physical death. She was just ascended. Not unlike Metatron, which was Enoch before he was Metatron, and Archangel Sandalphon as well. These are people that were said to have just ascended without, having a physical death here. Same thing with Mary. She left her girdle behind, was what I was going to say. St. James found it. I think it was St. James or St. Thomas. What is wrong with my brain today? I don't remember. It's not relative to this story anyway. But she left her girdle behind when she died. And she's wearing a blue girdle in this instance. She wore a white veil as well. And there was a yellow rose on each of her feet. A rosary was in her hand. Bernadette was also impressed by the fact that the lady did not use the informal form of address, tu, to you, in Spanish, or I guess also Italian, but the polite form of vous, V-O-U-S, which is like French. The humble virgin appeared to a humble girl and treated her with dignity. Through that humble girl, Mary revitalized and continues to revitalize the faith of millions of people. People began to flock to Lourdes from other parts of France and from all over the world. In 1862, church authorities confirmed the authenticity of the apparitions and authorized the cult of Our Lady of Lourdes for the diocese. The Feast of Our Lady of Lourdes became worldwide in 1907. Lourdes has become a place of pilgrimage and healing. But even more of faith. Church authorities have recognized over 60 miraculous cures, although there have probably been many more. To people of faith, this is not surprising. It's a continuation of Jesus' healing miracles, now performed at the intercession of his mother. Some would say that the greater miracles are hidden. Many who visit Lourdes return home with renewed faith and a readiness to serve God in their needy brothers and sisters. There still may be people who doubt the apparitions of Lourdes. Perhaps the best that can be said to them are the words that introduce the film The Song of Bernadette. Quote, "For those who believe in God, no explanation is necessary. For those who do not believe in God, no explanation is possible." End quote. Our Lady of Lourdes is the patron saint of bodily ills. So again, back to the healing and why I went through that whole thing in my mind. To move on to more healing, what is Mars in Taurus about? Again, this happens on Valentine's Day. Slow and steady wins the race could easily be the motto for Mars in Taurus. These goal-oriented people are not known for their speed, but their staying power is tremendous. Generally, calm and easygoing people, Mars in Taurus natives can have powerful tempers when they're overly provoked. They generally don't fly off the handle as quickly as others. However, unless Aries is prominent in their chart. Mars and Taurus people value strength and stability. They are driven by security and an especial fondness for personal possessions. Most are not afraid to work for what they want, and there is an overall patience to this position of Mars. If it takes a few years to achieve their goals, so be it. People born under a Mars in Taurus are often rather sensual people. Some are slow to arousal, but theirs is an earthy and powerful sensuality. Most have well-defined long-term goals and determination to achieve them. They usually are not the type of people to take on too many projects at once. If they don't think they can do it, they won't. It's almost impossible to get these people moving once they've made up their minds on a matter. You want them to go shopping with you. Unfortunately for you, about a half an hour back, they've kicked up their heels, changed into something comfortable, and they simply won't budge. Immovable is the only way to describe Mars in Taurus people who have made up their minds. Adaptability is not their strong point. In a similar vein, attempting to rush Mars in Taurus people is a lesson in frustration. They won't alter their pace for most anything. If you can't get past these quirks, however, you will find that Mars in Taurus natives are often quite reliable and strong personalities. It may just be worth the wait. And that was from cafeastrology.com. So, with that, we're going to the dice and beginning with It's 50-50 by Shoes and Massage. Spirit still says massage. Also, email. And cocktail. Again, going to the cards. I'm beginning with the Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance. Amen. A promising business venture and important documents or contracts. Up into the Four of Water, missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. You may be presented with a new opportunity, maybe even a contract with which you are unimpressed. You're not happy with the offer. You're not satisfied by the offer. You're not moved by the offer. Maybe that's due to the Mars and Taurus, and you've made up your mind to do something else, and so you're immobile now. Ace of Earth. And Major Arcana card 15, Ego, or the Devil. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things and negative or fear-based thoughts. So again, maybe being immobile and unwilling to take advantage of this new opportunity. You may be at risk of letting it pass you by because you're stuck in some prior energy. For some, that's going to have to do with marriage and maybe even the need for divorce or to get out of some kind of contract. If it's not marriage, you know, some other kind of contract, wanting to get out of it. Ace of Earth and the Two of Fire. You've come into your own new partnerships or contracts. Maybe that's why you want to get out of that other one, because you want to join a new contract with somebody else. Continue to move forward is what the angels say. Okay, this partnership is going to be lucrative. As it relates to romance and whatnot, the Two of Wands, of course, or Two of Fire, of course, the Divine Union or Twin Flame card of the Tarot. And there can be a new beginning and start, you know, there too. In one of those relationships. Especially with this following renewal, which is another 2 or 11. And Judgment in the traditional tarot. Review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. It's time to move in a new direction. So Judgment opposite the Ace of Earth is good no matter what, because Judgment is about abundance that is earned, meaning you are deserving of this abundance. Either because on this plane you have done some sort of work, labor, which you're, this is the fruits of that labor. Recognition, awards, celebration, raise, promotion, new job, bonus, and, you know, just anything you can think of that is some sort of recognition and payment for you, compensation for your energy. And, you know, on an ascended level, the universe does the same thing. It promotes us. God promotes us. He raises us up, right? He elevates us. And then that shows up somewhere in our lives, you know, on this plane anyway, because as above, so below. It can be love, money, material, combinations of those, all of the above. Ace of Earth. Most specifically as it relates to a relationship, though, Judgment is about a crossroads to which we've come, and we need to decide, like, where do we go from here, if anywhere. But obviously, opposite the Ace of Earth, you know, it's a fresh start. And moving forward, maybe moving in together even, or traveling. The Chariot, an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. So I just talked about recognition, accolades, awards. The Chariot represents the sign of Cancer and is another card of victory. Also one of moving, movement, travel, modes of transportation, modes of travel. Somebody could be getting a new car opposite the Ace of Earth, a new home, selling their home, a new job, moving somewhere because of a new job specifically. Ace of Earth. I'll do one more, and it is the Magician. So whatever this is, could be because you have already manifested, or you're in the process of manifesting your desires right now. You are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them, and life is magical. The Magician. And speaking of Uranus and Taurus, we've come to Major Arcana card 17, the Star, which represents the planet Uranus and the sign of Aquarius, which it rules. Happy times. Make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You are on the right path. The Star is about communication. It's about our prayers being answered, our wishes being granted, our dreams coming true. It can be about things involving technology. Again, you know, most specifically communication, but online dating, Skype and texting and all of these things. And it can also be a healing energy, getting back to that. Also because of reward. Major Arcana card 17 equals 8. 8s are about, as it relates to numerology and angel numbers, 8s are about, you having successfully followed like the guidance that, your guides or God or the universe, however you want to look at it, have given you. And so, for remaining on task and, taking note of what they've told you to do, you're being rewarded. 8 is also a number representative of karma and supreme math. It's build, destroy. So basically, if you are not helping to build and make things better, you are destroying. If you're not with us, you're against us, right? You're not putting something up, uplifting something, then you're tearing it down. So those are all the ways we can look at the star. Overall energy is the 4 of Earth, being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, and giving to those less fortunate are all possibilities. But really, what I'm getting from this 4 of Earth and what it can also mean, whether it's work or relationships or as a general energy, it can very much be about fear of letting go. So like in the beginning, I talked about some of us maybe not being impressed by a new contract. It might not be completely that we weren't impressed with it. And that was another 4 too, by the way, both about our foundations. It might not have completely been that we weren't impressed about it. And one way we could have also been afraid to leave what we were currently doing or to whatever kind of risk, faith is involved in the new opportunity. We were afraid to take it. Similarly, as it relates to work specifically, we could be doing a job that we don't like. That we may even hate it, but we're doing it because it feeds our family, right? We need some kind of bag, and that gives us one. It puts food on the table or whatever. But it's also because we're holding on to that job and sticking there when we could really move around and look for something else too. So I think this might be connected to that Mars and Uranus transit and like feeling stuck or allowing yourself to be stuck or immobile or stubborn, and staying someplace maybe where you don't belong. And I'm just feeling that this is a really bad week to do that. Not that that's ever a good thing, but I just feel it's really bad this week. Also, as it relates to love, it can be holding on to someone, too tightly, or relationship, a situation, a circumstance too tightly, or they're doing it to you. And then that's not real love, because that's obsession. It's just not healthy. In any of the cases, again, whether it's general, work or relationship, basically, if you love something, you love someone, set it free. And that includes yourself, right? That includes yourself. Crowning the masculine this week. It is the 5 of water now. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped. Not seeing the positive in a situation and crying over spilled milk. So again, to use that as an example, an opportunity came your way. It's a lucrative opportunity represented by the Ace of Earth. But you don't recognize that, because you'd rather just hold on tightly to what you've got already. So the other thing slips out of your grasp. So it's twofold. Then you got to realize, you got to, realize, recognize, appreciate onto what you've continued to hold, or, you know, and what that represents to you and what it can be, what it can grow to be, and let the other stuff go because it's gone now. You know, or the other opportunity would have been to, you know, to grab that and to let this go. But either way, you need to look at the positive aspect of the fact that you maintained some sort of blessing or even gained. Surrounding the masculine is the Three of Water, a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or a birth announcement, and the need to have more fun. I think it's funny the way that I told that story, and I was talking about like having held on to the thing that maybe you actually don't want. And here they are. Here's the Three Cups again. But this is a card of celebration. It can be about a card of reunions. So maybe that's it. Maybe you're reuniting with someone or someone's, you know, getting together with old friends or something. And it's not exactly as you imagined it would have turned out, or, you know, maybe it's not as fun. You don't have as much of a good time. Turn up isn't all that. But, you know, again, it's appreciating what you did gain. Recognizing the silver lining, basically. Masculine subconscious. The Page of Air, logical, honest, impulsive, and curious, challenging information, delays or changes to plans, and truth delivered without tact. The Page of Air is a Gemini, a Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And maybe that's one of the things that happened. Maybe you were supposed to get together with an air sign, maybe specifically with a Gemini. You're supposed to reunite with them. Get-togethers, go out with them, spend some time. Maybe you're the air sign, and or maybe no one's an air sign, and this is just representative again of Mercury's energy slipping in and delaying things. And so that's why you're sort of like, oh, you know, bummed and oh, woe is me. I was looking forward to getting together. So there could be a disappointment for somebody too, maybe because of a delay or miscommunication. Crowning the feminine, it is Major Arcana card, again, 15, Ego, the Devil, which represents the sign of Capricorn. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things and negative or fear-based thoughts. So I already talked about our overall energy being connected to negative or fear-based thoughts, also of the element of Earth. The Devil represents the sign of Capricorn. Feminine surrounded by the Two of Earth. Too much going on at once. There's a need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. That she may be needing to find time for both work and fun. Maybe that's what the delay was, or the problem was. Work and social life. She also can feel stuck or feel like she keeps coming back around to the same thing. Again, like going around a merry-go-round and we're not making any progress. Can also be about a physical imbalance. And again, with the Earth energy and the Mars in Taurus in combination with Uranus in Taurus, the need to pay attention to our bodies, our skin, our organs, our bones, our joints, our muscles. All that has to do with, I don't even know if I made the point when I went on the rant, but, you know, getting our vitamins, eating the right foods, healthy foods, as organic or clean and whole as possible, exercising, you know, to the capacity and extent that we're able. Everybody's not meant or able to run a marathon, but maybe you could do some stretches, some yoga, there's stuff to even do from your chair. You know, if you're feeling limited and immobile. But you got to get your balance back, you know, your hormones and your like vitamin levels, mineral levels in balance. This can also be like, despite some sort of occasional obstacle, something is still able to move ahead. Despite some sort of block. Could be a relationship, maybe specifically with a Capricorn, despite the fact that you guys keep hitting blocks, roadblocks, obstacles, delays, maybe. There's still room for progress. There's still room for growth and to save the situation. Feminine subconscious, the queen of earth, thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Make time for those around you. See, like I was saying, like you're still able to get together. Even though there's blocks, you're going to figure out how to make time or something. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges. Like I said, even though occasionally obstacles pop up, you're going to figure it out. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. If I had just only turned over the other card, I wouldn't have had to struggle with what I was trying to say. The Queen of Earth is thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. She's also a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Crowning, it is the Six of Water, memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, and romanticizing the past. Six of Water can be about, again, getting together with people from your past, from your childhood, old friends you haven't seen. You're going to celebrate, turn up, maybe Valentine's Day or something. That's this week. You're hoping to get together. You're hoping everything goes right. Or something from the past, the last time you tried to get together, maybe something didn't work. It was blocked, an obstacle, but you want to try again anyway. At the root, the foundation, the Four of Water, that feeling of disappointment and discontentment, it's back. So you like started out with this. And so maybe taking this mindset forward is what led to further disappointment or, you know, not being very impressed with what you ended up getting. Missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. And like I said, maybe something didn't happen that was supposed to happen. You were supposed to get together. Something fell through, was delayed, or whatever before. That can be what this is representing too. The heart of the matter. Boom. Your new start. Again, how funny is that? The Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, and important documents or contracts. So this, you're still getting a new chance and, you know, at it nonetheless. And it looks like a lucrative chance because I'm going to clarify these beginning with the Nine of Autumn. Your success has brought you the financial security and reward of much deserved time off to enjoy your own company. You may suddenly have a brilliant idea for a business or self-employment opportunity, and that will be very successful. And speaking of success, opening to the Six of Spring, which is all about victory. You may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find that you're singled out for a special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all the attention. Nine of Autumn. And the Eight of Autumn. It's the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, or conducting research. Do your best work, and the law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. So again, where you put your energy, your effort is, you know, where you get the outcome, basically. Nine of Autumn. And it's the Prince of Winter, decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. This is the Knight. Usually he has to make a decision or he's awaiting a decision, something like that. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and to make your decisions quickly. So we don't have a bunch of time to sit on this. The Prince of Winter is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Nine of Autumn. And this is about what we might not have a lot of time to decide. Maybe we got to decide, we're going to take this opportunity or not. Something awesome suddenly comes in. Expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. Major Arcana card 10, the wheel, represents the planet Jupiter, ruler of the sign of Sagittarius, also connected to the fixed signs, more Taurus, Also Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio. And continuing with the theme of Gemini, the Gemini energy that keeps showing up here, the overall energy is Major Arcana card 6, the Lovers. True and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. So sometimes the Lovers can also be about a decision, and when it is, it's like a heart versus head decision. Or sometimes a decision between two karmic relationships. Maybe one represented by the devil, perhaps toxic for you, or something in which you feel stuck, unable to move, unable to breathe, unable to grow, and one that is healthier. One you feel is stagnant, maybe. And one where there is movement, like with the wheel. These, some of these elements also showed up in the Aquarius new moon reading, where people are finding a lot of messages in that one. If you have not yet seen it, do check it out. Crowning the masculine atop the 5 of water is what I meant to say, is the 7 of spring. Be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. So rather than turn into, a sulking like bump on a log, you're getting this warrior spirit and you're guided to continue to push forward. So maybe something didn't work out. Maybe it is delayed. You don't have to lose your balls or whatever. You can still keep on moving. And that's what the 7 of spring tells you. And then stick to your guns, stick to your decisions, stand your ground and remain confident and in faith and focus, and everything will turn out, as best as it possibly can and is meant. Atop the 3 of water, 3 of cups, it is Major Arcana card Balance 14, which represents the sign of Sagittarius. This is Temperance in the traditional tarot, which is another card of healing. So again, taking us back to how we started this reading, talking about healing. By merging varying points of view, you can generate an extraordinary new idea, compromise with others, and collaborate to discover a better solution. So maybe if you're trying to come together with other people, a party of 3, everybody has a different, idea of where we should go, what we should do, how things should work, how we're going to resolve an issue. Do you come to see me or I come to see you? And all these things. We're different kinds of people. You want to go to church, I want to go to synagogue. I don't know. I'm just throwing these things out. I personally don't want to go to either. But, I'm throwing things out. It's about coming together, figuring out a way to do, that works for everybody. Compromise, basically. So you may find yourself doing that with a group or somebody, again, with which you are attempting to reunite, masculine. And both of these, you're getting this fire energy. So you're getting the 7 of spring again, the warrior spirit. And then Temperance shows up. Temperance represents the sign of Sagittarius in the tarot. So this is Jupiter stepping in to strengthen you and aid you. That's what's giving you the healing energy. Atop the page of air, swords, is the 10 of summer. It's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or chosen family of close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy and balanced children. So you could have, I'm trying to say it's taken too long for you to say certain things, for you to express yourself. It's like a long time coming. Some things that you need to get off your chest about how you're feeling about a person or persons. Again, maybe specifically an air sign, and even further to that, a Gemini. Atop Major Arcana card, the Devil, is Major Arcana card, the Hermit. So both of these of the earth element, Capricorn, and this is Virgo. Take time for contemplation. to retreat and to go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment. So you may need to think about this obstacle or restriction or obsession of yours, potential addiction, toxic relationship or situation. You may need to go within to work your way through it. Atop the Two of Earth is the Princess of Autumn. So more Virgo, like the Hermit, or perhaps Capricorn or Taurus as well. A wonderful opportunity related to your work or education, such as a promotion or a scholarship, is coming your way. Seize this chance to learn something exciting and to start a more rewarding and uplifting career. So more of this energy of promotion or a new job potentially coming through. For some of us, a new opportunity to earn some sort of money somehow, maybe your own business even. But again, for some of us, we're going to have to let go of something in order to take on this new thing. So you're either going to have to leave an old job or cut down your hours, or consider moonlighting or going to school, taking a class, learning a new vocation. Like you're going to have to ease up in one area in order to take on more in another area and try to find that balance in between. So news of an opportunity that's going to be lucrative. It's still sitting here next to the Ace of Pentacles. We got to remember. Atop the Queen, also Pentacles, Earth, is the Ten of Spring. You're working far too hard and the stress will soon become too much. Reach out for help from others and take some time to play and to enjoy life. So this could be somebody that is getting stressed out, high blood pressure even, I'm feeling. Again, taking us back to the healing. The Queen of Earth guides us to nurture ourselves. Atop the Six of Windsor, decisive, focused, driven, impulsive. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and to make your decisions quickly. Maybe something, again, a decision about a child or a decision about a past situation that has come up in your life or someone from your past. Atop the Four of Water at the foundation, and this energy of, being unimpressed, bored, and, wanting a new offer rather than the one with which you've been presented, is the Eight of Autumn. So it's like, not so easy. You're going to have to work for what you want. It's the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, as I just said, taking a seminar, conducting research. Do your best work, and the law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. So you're not going to get away with, or we didn't get away with not putting our, energy forward. You want an outcome, you want the fruits of your labor, you got to do the labor first. And we do have this crossing the page of Pentacles, which I just said could be about a promotion, a new job, going to school, new opportunity to make some money. And so crossing this other one, which is about the same things, going to school and working toward, your own abundance. That's what particularly the feminine is going to be called to do this week. And again, some of us perhaps having to go within to figure out how we're going to do that, or if we will even want to do that. And I think for some, it's in our best interest, because again, we're all stressed out. We need that balance. We need, for some of us, it's a physical thing, our hormones out of whack. And that also came up in the Aquarius new moon reading, hormone imbalance for females. Missing vitamins for females. So for some of us, the work that we need to do is on ourselves and in a physical sense. Atop the Ace of Earth, at the heart of the matter, it is the Nine of Spring. You've worked hard, and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. That may be you, like your own body and health. Annoying challenges may pop up, but don't worry, you'll get through them just as you have in the past. So you're guided to keep pushing and persevering toward this new start in whatever area of your life it is, and not to let anything derail you. So if it's in working on yourself, then work on yourself. If it's in going to school, keep pushing and go to school. If it's with a new job, then you go ahead and you you know, consider, do you want that new job, and are you ready to commit to what you have to do to get it? Relationship, old relationship, revisiting a relationship, starting a brand new relationship. You know, can we come together? Can we compromise? We're two different kind of people. Can we make it work? This is what you're going to be thinking about this week. There was a combination that I wanted to look at closer, though. Yeah. Okay. So the Hermit and the Devil. I also wanted to say that it's also coming like there's room for like miraculous healing in whatever area this is with the feminine. For some, it is specifically finances or connected to finances, but for some it is love, and our overall energy, remember, is the Lovers too, at least of the second deck. There's like an air of like, hold on, a little more time. I know it's been a long time, I know it's been hard, but like, don't give up now. You know, you've put all this energy into it already. With the masculine specifically, there's a fear, and it starts here. Oop. It starts here with this Page of Air and the Ten of Summer, of like everything's not all right. Like he doesn't see the picture like everything's all right or everything's going to be all right. And he's stuck in this place of no. And that's what's holding him back. The feminine in this case, where she is able to provide him support, can convince, like she makes him feel like, you know, there's enough money and love and whatever to go on forever. With the Nine of Spring and the Ace of Pentacles here. Also with the Ten of Spring sitting atop the Queen of Earth. It's another one of these, like, hold on, I'm coming type of things. Like just a little bit longer. And it's going to be pretty miraculous what goes on here. So, again, whether it's your work, your love life, or your life as an individual, because this is the general reading and not everybody is, you know, at all coupled. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep yourself in mind as an important focus, and your well-being, whether it's your financial well-being, your physical well-being. But again, physical, very, very important this week. That's the one that's the most connected to the earth element, is the physical things that we feel. Some further advice to the masculine from the Angel Tarots: the Six of Earth, gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, and receiving a loan or paying off debts. So this goes very well. I mean, resonates totally with the rest of the reading. Again, there's an opportunity coming, and it is going to be lucrative. It is going to be the universe showering abundance of some sort on you, whether it is financial, material, love, a combination of those, or all of the above. Here is Venus helping out, scales of justice, Libra. She's got all her air back there. And here's the Taurus, again, where Uranus is currently located, where Mars enters this week. And so these are the elements that are giving us this gift. The Six of Earth for me is all about, you know, the ability to both give and receive without agenda, and unconditional love. That's what being able to give and receive without agenda is about. Unconditional love. So happy to see this for the masculine, and especially with what I was saying about the feminine, in some cases helping to uplift him in some way and make him see his worth and that he should keep going. That could be the Six of Earth right there, right? That could be the exchange. I'm giving you this positive energy of mine that you can then, you know, use in your life. For the feminine, the Magician, very nice. Major Arcana card, the Magician represents the sign of Gemini for me. You are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them, and life is magical. And I agree with that too. the feminine getting just as much of this earth energy as the masculine has gotten, or that we've all gotten, especially with the ace sitting here right in the middle. And there's an opportunity for us all to be lucrative in a variety of areas this week. Wherever we're trying to manifest, it is possible. From the Animal Tarot, Major Arcana card 0, the Dreamer, which is the Fool. You are starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. So something, and this is what I was saying about here, like having some sort of fear. Something, again, maybe it's the feminine, is going to, especially when we couple these together, inspire the masculine to feel more free. Maybe some sort of financial freedom is coming his way, but with this money that's coming to him, gifts of money, time, or effort, maybe that's going to enable him to feel more free. With the love that's showered on him, that makes him feel more free and more confident in himself. But there is some sort of inspiration here for the masculine that allows him to set forth on a new adventure, or new adventures in his life, a new path on which he's never walked before, which, could very well be this Ace of Earth. This is a new path, a new opportunity. And for the feminine, womp womp, the Five of Winter. Your current path isn't leading you toward the happiest possible outcome. So why not change it? Always maintain integrity and compassion, but be alert to the hidden agendas of others. So with this, it can be drama, it could be conflict. We may want to, again, be clear when we're speaking, or I don't want to say like watch what you say, because I don't mean being fake. Some things, let's try, if there's a way that you can have something come out properly, as opposed to risking it coming out any old kind of way. Let's do that. How about that? Also, to the more positive, the Magician with the Five of Winter can be like where something was wrong, including health, I'm feeling. And with this healing, it's like I figured out a way to fix it myself. I'm doing it all myself. Or, regardless, what you're doing, or with or without you, I'm doing this. Or I found the appropriate doctor. I found the appropriate healer, all by myself, all on my own. I'm able to resolve this. So, and that could really go for, again, your love life, your financial life, or your physical health, that you found a means to heal yourself, even if that means seeking some sort of provider, right? Going to the doctor, going to the hospital, or whatever, coming up with the right thing. I feel like this might be wrong with me. Let me go. I'm not a doctor, and I don't know how to fix that. Let me go get that checked out. Or let me speak to a therapist, or let me contact, a spiritual counselor or something, emotional relationship counselor, whatever. Or let me meditate on this all by myself and fix it, because I know how to do that. It's going to be different for different people. And last, because this was all about healing, and because I keep being moved to use these cards in general, from the Angel Therapy cards, Masculine Heart Chakra. The answer that you seek is in your heart right now. This resonates really perfectly too, particularly with an overall energy of the Lovers and this 10 of Summer here. And you really wanting to express yourself and wanting to do and say the right things. Just really needing to let go of that fear. And the fear may be from a blockage to the heart chakra. So work on this. That's where the answer is. Be open to giving and receiving. Boom. Okay? Be open to giving and receiving love. And feminine, for us, you are profoundly clairvoyant. So this resonates with you being able to heal yourself too, right? Or to fix yourself, or to know what you need to do in order to have yourself be healed by another. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight. For your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. Boom. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the weekly general reading. I'm excited to come back with love, because of course there I'll talk about Valentine's Day. I didn't want to muck the general up with that. Thank you to my supporters, my sponsors, my viewers. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you to my Patreon supporters, sponsors, and subscribers there too. My super, what do they call it? Super chatter, who's also a Patreon subscriber of mine, Mary and others like her that, you know, just support me on a consistent and regular basis and enable me to bring these messages to the rest of you, you know. Karen and Kim and just, you know, I don't really want to leave anybody out. Just so many wonderful people that support me. Thank you for continually and continuously having done that and doing it. I appreciate it. Namaste, guys.